What's up, everybody? Man, we back at it again, right? As I always say. And instead of water today, I'm drinking a nice little cup of wine. I'm not really a big drinker, but from time to time, I do drink my wine to keep things easy. There's nothing wrong with it, so if you guys are responsible, just get a nice little cup of wine, sit back on a nice little Sunday like I'm doing today, and just chill out. I know you guys are looking at the title, right? And looking at the title and be like, what is he gonna talk about now? And it's simple. Mental health, man. Fellas, your mental health is important. But let me just get right into it, right? Why did I choose to talk about this out of all things to talk about? And the reason why I chose to talk about this is because I watched When They See Us. And when I watched that man, so many feelings is coming in my mind right now, so many thoughts. And when I seen it, it was very emotional. And it tapped into me because those little boys that are now adults could have been me. And why I say that is because I grew up here. I grew up in the Bronx, New York. And we're growing up here, you face a few things that maybe other places don't face or maybe other places do face. But in particular to that incident at Central Park, I could relate. And I'm jumping right into it, as I said, and I remember being 13 years old, I had a mongoose bike. That's what that was my Audi. That mongoose was my Audi, man. And my mom asked me to bring her food. So I packed the food up. I put the food inside a nice little container, plastic bag, wrapped it around. I put it on the handle of the bike. I rode off. As I'm riding off, I get by Claremont Park. I live right by the Claremont area. And I stutter, guys, just let you guys know. I do stutter when I talk. I just want to make that known. So I'm going ahead and riding the bike, and as I'm riding the bike, I see police officers. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. The cops see me and then they hit the bike. Fairly good speed. I'm not gonna say they ran over me, but they did hit me. And when the bike fell, I fell, the food fell, but the food didn't spill all over the floor. The officer asked me, Denzel, well, not Denzel. The officer said, "Where are you going?" I said, I'm just going to drop food off to my mom. So the officers, both of them looked at each other. They kicked my bike. And then they just got back in their car and drove off. Now, this is by Bronx Lebanon Hospital for those who are from New York. And to let you guys know who are not from New York, this is by a hospital. So right now there's a lot of traffic in the area, or well, at least enough traffic, people just watching me. So it's kind of embarrassing. I pick up my bike, and right now my handle is a little, shifted, so I had to adjust it. I get back on the bike, I ride the bike to my mom's store. As I ride the bike to my mom's store, I let her know about the incident. As I let her know about the incident, she's a worried mom at this point. But once again, what can my mom do for me? You're at work, and you gotta eat, so I'm gonna bring food to you. So don't worry about me outside, but at the same time, I understand why she's worried. Now I can only imagine being those guys. Being those, guys who got arrested, did time in jail, and they was 13, 14, 16. I can only imagine that. And I dealt with that, and trust me, I got a whole bunch of other stories. But I'm not gonna go into each story that I've been through. But we all have experiences within life that is just like, wow, like I went through that. So as I'm watching the show When They See Us, I'm asking myself, like, did I really go through that? And it's hard for me to watch it because as I watch the series, I get so emotional inside because I've never seen police in a good light. I always knew how to conduct myself when it came to police contact. And I think I get that from just all the police contact I've been through, that I know not to act erratical, even at the time when when the officer hit my bike, I didn't act erratical because I've seen so many instances where if you do act erratical, it just leaves you in a deeper hole. And I didn't want to go any further. And that creates a lot of trauma, especially living in a city like this. But I say this though, I seen a video yesterday, and in the video, a guy said, hey, listen, don't be a product of your environment. So he gave he gave good advice to those kids that he spoke to. But I don't agree with that. See, now I was riding that bike, and I'm a product of my environment. And the product of my environment, well, that consists of a black kid dressed down, maybe some basketball shorts, some Jordans on his feet, Nike socks, white tee, right? Maybe a Yankee fit if you're from New York, right? And then that's me. I'm a product on a mongoose bike. So as I'm riding this bike, that's me. I'm a product. I'm not gonna tell nobody not to be a product because that style that I'm classifying is what my environment gave me. Now, I'm gonna be that product. But just because I'm a product, it doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It don't mean that. But the officers obviously still hit my bike. Just like the officers went ahead and picked those young kids up at a very young age. And they was products of their environment, and they're still products. Don't ever be ashamed to be a product of your environment. But being a part of this environment does cause a lot of trauma, does cause a lot of headaches, and maybe you might feel numb to it. You might not understand it, so you think everything is okay. But you know deep down inside, it's not okay. And I knew when I faced that police contact at 13 by myself that it wasn't okay. And even other times where I faced police contact by myself with no one to yell or scream out for help for, that it wasn't okay. So I say this, it's important to take care of your mental health. A lot of the times I fall victim in my own mind, and I fall into a very deep depression. Some people might not even know that. Sometimes I look very aggressive and tough, but a lot of that just comes from everything I done seen. So when you see this show or this series, when they see us, go look at the pictures of how these men look now. They're probably some sweet dudes, nice guys, but their appearance, it comes off very stern because of what you've been through. But that's why I say travel. I spend time, sometimes I drive to Connecticut. I went to college in Connecticut, right? So sometimes I go to Connecticut, I see my family that's out there, I spend time just to get away from the city, just to take care of my mental health and breathe a little bit. Because you gotta breathe. You can't live in chaos and think that you'll be okay. But I still say this, it's okay to be a product of your environment. Because I still carry this product to Connecticut. I still carry this product to California. I still carry this product to Mexico. I still carry this product everywhere else in the world. Does not mean I'm a bad person. But we know, police can make things look so evil, so bad. The media can make things look so raw, so ugly. And that's not true. I'm sitting here in front of this camera talking to you as a product of the Bronx, New York. Forget the fact that I'm Nigerian, if some of you guys know that. I grew up here in the Bronx. So I'm a product of the Bronx, still with a Nigerian background. So I'm still a product of Nigeria, but I'm also a product of the Bronx, New York that has molded me to be who I am today. So regardless if I went to school and college and I learned this, that, and the third, this is what made me go to college. This is what made me sit in front of this camera and talk to you guys. This area. So, mental health, take care of it. Understand that trauma is one hell of a thing. It messes with you. It puts you in depression at its lowest level. Sometimes you don't even know where to go. You lose faith. You lose a lot of faith, man. And when you lose that faith, you don't even believe that there's a God at that point. Or maybe if you do believe there's a God, you're mad at him. And you'd be like, why would you put me through this? That's what you ask. Faith is key. Faith is so key. And it's kind of hard to keep when you go through certain experiences. But you have to fight adversity, and that's all it is. It's okay to lose it. You just have to find your way to get it back. And for those who believe, he'll come back to you. Or maybe if you realize he never left you, it's just all a lesson that you just gotta go through. And it sucks that you might have to learn certain ways in certain situations. Life is still precious though. I still say that. Don't take it for granted, no matter what you've been through. But that's why I stress, take care of your mental health. It's not just police contact that could go ahead and mess with you mentally, abuse, family, money, just your environment. Those things cause so much stress for all of us. Fellas, we're emotional creatures too. Might not be to the extent of a woman, but we are emotional. And we go through a lot, so we subdue. So I'm telling you guys a series on Netflix, When They See Us. And as I'm telling you how I feel, how I felt, what I've been through. I can only imagine what some of you guys have been through behind the camera. I give a perfect example as Meek Millie. You think that man is correct in the head all the time? You think sometimes when he's by himself, he's not traumatized? You think he never woke up out of his sleep and thought he was in a cell, but he was still in that nice house of his? I said, man, I thank God I'm here. Still trauma, no matter what house you in, the memories don't leave. So I continue to say, take care of your mental health. I continue to say, travel, take some time out, drink a cup of wine responsibly, take a load off, hang out with some friends who's gonna enhance you, who are gonna help you in terms of getting away from your issues and to continue to take care of your mental health. You only get one life. You only get one shot. I'm not here to bombard you guys and tell you guys what to do with your life, but I am here to tell you to take care of yourself, fellas. I am here to tell you that as men, we go through things that we don't ever talk about because we gotta keep up that macho swag. We gotta keep up that macho-ness. Don't keep it up. It won't lead you anywhere. You'll just be by yourself. You just think that everything is okay when it's not. So stay focused and understand that no one is gonna love you more than you love you. And that's real. So, to end this all off, your mental health is important. Yourself is important. Your faith is important. Don't ever lose sight of that. You already know. Love, peace. Open.